y'all this African Ant.
Yeah, it's a Black Sun, man.
This Sons of Africa podcast. It's episode 10. Am I sounding loud and clear? Could y'all hear me good?
You sounding loud as all get out, but
okay, that's bad. That's good then.
I guess
I'm a loudspeaker.
In that person, you got that girly voice. That's what that is.
No, I ain't got no. I got bass in my voice.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
I do got bass in my voice. I don't sound like no girl, man.
Crazy. You say so, bro.
See how handsome I am. But anyway, so how have your week been? I know it's been about 2 weeks since we recorded because a lot of stuff been going on. We've been having different engagements we had to get done. Now we back.
Yeah,
we're back consistent.
My week has been busy, bro. Like I said, I've been working 12-hour days, 5 days a week, and I just been tired. The time that I have off, I've been trying to just take to myself just to do some stuff that I like to do and use up every hour I can. So I ain't even trying to be on here too long.
Right. I got you. Yeah, me too. I've been tired of I've been doing some OT at my job, doing a couple side jobs. Same thing. Been kind of busy, man. Just took a little vacation. Me and the wife just got back. So, just now I'm rewind. I don't wind down. Now I'm reset and I'm ready to go and grind. Put my feet in the dirt and push forward, man.
Y'all went there for a day, just for the day?
No, we went for the weekend. We went we left. We got there Thursday. We got back today.
So how was you trying to do the show yesterday, then, man? If you was already out of town,
I was gonna do it in a hotel room.
Oh, bro,
you gotta work by any means.
Yeah, whatever.
Nothing gonna stop the grind, huh?
Not on vacation, bro. Everybody takes
nothing gonna stop the grind. I work on vacation. I don't care. Nothing stop the grind. This is how bad I want this, and I feel like I can get this. You know what I'm saying? So, vacation cool, but my light look bad. Anyway, so what's been going on your end, man? Like what's up, man?
Like I said, the only good news is that my son turned 21 a couple days ago.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah. So now he old enough to do his own thing, as far as get his own drinks and stuff like that. So I'm about to try to push him further outside of the house and get him to establish his own little kingdom for himself.
He don't drink, do we?
Yeah, you do. I guess he don't drink a lot, but he drink.
That's cool. At least you can have a drink with your son.
Yeah.
Teach him that, that you can't. Did you let?
I would let him have a drink before he turned 21. That's how we used to do it.
Yeah, but that ain't right. Everything we did, 40 everything we did, all the rules we grew up, everything went right. And I know my mother gonna listen to this. She probably not gonna agree, but we done had this conversation. But everything that's a good segue because everything we did growing up, all our teachers wasn't right.
What you talking about, man? In several countries, the drinking age is a lot lower than 21.
You remember we used to be sick? We probably was in single digits. They used to make hottie toddies. Now I ain't trying to get my mother put in jail or nothing.
Oh, you talking about what grandma used to make when we were sick?
Yeah. Her, my mom. Like they used to make the hottie toddy with the little. They used to put the MD 2020, put some type of liquor in it. It was like a little medicine remedy to make you sweat or whatever.
It was with the they did the lemon and all that stuff inside of it and everything.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but just the fact that you was giving kids alcohol as a remedy down south. That's a down south remedy, man. Yeah, shout out to those down south remedies because they do work.
Did it kill you?
No, it didn't kill me.
All right, then. So what was wrong with it?
But that ain't. I'm just saying that's not the biggest thing, but it's just certain stuff that we grew up. Some of the teachers weren't right.
Like what?
Like, let me ask you this question: Do you whoop your kids or?
Yeah, I whoop them.
You whoop them where you spank them? Or did you beat them like whoop them like we got whooped?
I mean, if they need to get a whooping like we got whooped, yeah. Did it kill us?
Do we need to get whooped like that?
Yeah, some of us definitely did. Especially Jerome and them evil eyes he is. So you tell me.
His evil what?
His evil eyes. You know how he you get mad?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, bro. Every time. That's the only reason why he got yoked up. Because when he'll get the whooping, he'll be like breathing all hard. Like you gonna do something, like for real.
Oh, you just turn into the devil, huh?
Yeah. Or what about when Ike burnt the bed, the bunk bed?
That was Michael.
It was Michael, yeah. When they burnt the bunk bed. So come on.
That okay, but they beat us for just the craziest stuff. I think my thing is the weapons came from slavery. You know, back when they were slaves, that's how they disciplined them, was whooping them. It's other ways to discipline your kids other than whooping. Yeah, when it get to a certain extent, it is. It's other ways to discipline your kids without whooping them.
Let me ask you this: one of the oldest books that we got, and like I said, it seems like I gotta always bring this up, is the Bible. The Bible says you spare the rod, you spoil the child, bro. That was written in ancient times. So I don't get how you feel that whoopings come from slavery, bro.
That's what they did when the slaves.
Punishment towards children in the form of disciplinary action, as a spanking or a whooping or something like that, or being hit with a rod, has been around way before slavery in America.
It need to go away. It need to go away to a certain extent.
It does not. Because it doesn't kill anybody.
I don't believe in that, because you should be able to raise your voice, a certain tone in your voice, and let your kids know you mean business. You shouldn't have to put your hands on your kids, tell them to go get a switch off the tree and pull the leaves off and leave webs on them and shit. And it was stitching cords. You shouldn't have to do all that.
But sometimes you do. Sometimes you do.
No, you don't have to do that, man.
Sometimes raising your voice ain't enough, bro. Come on now.
But then you got to figure out what your kid like and what you can take from or you know what I mean?
And you know what type of person that you're gonna end up being? The person that kid walk up in there and blow your brains out because they tired of telling them what to do, bro. Get out of here.
True. That's not true.
Get out of here.
That is not true. You don't have to whoop your kids, man. I don't believe in it. Just like the way we eat soul food, that came from the slavery time too. They gave us all the slops, the stuff they didn't want, and we made delicious meals out of it, but it wasn't healthy. It ain't good for us.
I hate this.
That's why we all got diabetes.
Overeating is not good for us, and that's the problem. We overeat. It's not that we eat the stuff; it's that we overeat the stuff, and that's what it is. And it's the lack of exercise that does it. Anybody will tell you your diet is one thing, and then there's exercise and being active is another. Actively burning calories and not overeating is the key. When you eat way too many calories, you're gonna gain weight. So you can eat that same stuff as long as you're not eating way too many calories. You're gonna gain weight, and as long as you're not overeating, you will be cool. So I hate this stupid argument. Like, this is the dumbest argument that people always bring up, especially in the black community. Yes, they use the slop, and from that, what did they come up with? Soul food. Soul food is one of the most delicacies that you have in the United States. The United States is known for. Everybody goes out to try to eat soul food. Black people, white people, Asian people, Indian people, everybody does it. So now all of a sudden, black people want to get this snobby attitude, like, oh, it's just the slops of the pig. I don't want to eat that.
No, I ain't saying that. I never said it wasn't delicious. I never said we didn't make meals. I never said we didn't make meals. All I said is it wasn't healthy for us. It wasn't healthy, man. But back then, we had to do that.
Did you know if you drink too much water, you can die from it?
Yeah.
Is that unhealthy then? Water?
I mean, it's not unhealthy, but like if
you eat too many carrots, you can catch I forget what it's called, but it does something to you. Did you know that?
What it do to you? You gotta be specific.
I gotta look it up and find out.
What I'm trying to say is,
did you know that spinach releases a irritant within the system of your body because it's used to protect itself as a leaf? Did you know that? Did you know that all plants are living type of creatures and they all have something in it that keeps them protected from predators and all of that stuff? Did you know that? Did
I say that we got to eat strictly plant? Did I say that?
All I'm saying is,
words of my mouth. I'm not saying that. You ain't trying to hear what I'm trying to say.
No, I've heard what you said. I've heard plenty of people say, and I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Overeating is unhealthy. People can eat food and prepare it and eat it and be cool, and as long as you are exercising, doing the things that you need to do to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now, if you eating soul food every single day and that's your meal every day of the week, like 3 times a week, you eating something that's like greasy and fatty and all of that stuff, and that's all you eating is like greens, spinach, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yes, bro, that's gonna be unhealthy. If I make that for my dinner one day out of the week, no, I'm cool, I'm good. Everybody gonna be good. Nobody's gonna be bad. Like, get out of here. It's the lack of exercise and things like that happens. And as time went on, as things become more convenient for us, that's where people started getting more obese and diabetics and things like that. And diabetes comes from sugar. Sugar is put in everything. So that's what the problem is. We got sugar and everything, and who manufactures all this stuff? These companies that manufactures the food and put all the sugar and stuff like that. But if you were to be cooking your food at home without getting stuff from the store that's already processed and got sugar in it, you will be 9 times out of 10 more okay than anything. So that's not the issue. So the fact that you saying soul food and diabetes don't even correlate together. That has something to do with sugar, bro. People drinking pops, juices, all of that stuff. You get a lot of sugar from that junk most of the time throughout your time. Even Gatorade got a whole bunch of sugar in it. So that's what I'm talking about. Like it's a lot of it. Don't blame it on soul food. Don't say that soul food is an issue with them. It's not an issue, man. It's only an issue for people that eat it all the time.
I'm not. What I'm saying is the way we eat, our lifestyles, our teachings, the way we move, that causes, as far as in a black family, that's where it started. Like that habit of eating that type of food, like certain types of food, starts there. Then once you get older, it's harder to break it and to do it in moderation because you've been doing it so much.
Again, it's all right. It's not the eating of the food, it's the habits that come with it. Like if you're eating it all the time, if your family isn't promoting you to be healthy and be exercising, to be out more, you know what I'm saying? Those are the habits that pick up, that causes these issues, because you end up taking on those habits.
You can exercise, you can exercise all you want to, but if you're not eating correctly, you're not going to get the benefits of the exercise.
I know this. That's why I said it's how you eat.
You said the lack of exercise. You can exercise as much as you want, but if you're not eating correctly, you're not going to get the benefits.
Lack of exercise is a major thing, because you still got to burn the calories.
It is.
Yeah, and if you're eating that meal all the time, yes, it's going to be problems because you're eating it all the time every day. But like I said, that's why I said overeating is the problem. Overeating, not what you eat, but overeating. You can overeat on a lot of things. You can overeat a whole bunch of other stuff and still be gaining weight. There are people who have been vegetarians and still overeat and still gain weight, because so once again, it ain't got nothing to do with what it is that you're eating. It's how much of it you're eating within a given time span of your body. You don't give your body enough time to digest the food that it already has. So you can overindulge in anything. And that's what I'm saying is the problem. Not what it is that you're eating. It's how much of it you are eating. When you make them soul food plates, when they be making all that soul food, they cook a whole bunch of that stuff, a lot. So people plates be piled up to the top of mac and cheese, greens, ham, all of that stuff. You got all a big old plate that's spilling over of that stuff. So you eating at least 3, maybe 4,000 calories within that one meal, bro. That's what the problem is. But it probably is. But if you portion that out to a reasonable size, you can probably eat it and be cool and still be satiated as far as filling and stuff like that. So that's what the issue is.
I just feel like, because like in a black household, it's a lot of fried food. Number one, you know what I'm saying. Number two, like we put like butter, a lot of I don't know, like from the way that they
butter is actually a good fat for you to eat, bro.
Yeah, but you got to get, like, when you got to melt it down, and then that little white stuff on top, you got to take that out of it.
No, you don't. Butter, if you get organic butter, or butter that doesn't have a lot of other these preservatives in it, it just got cream and whatever else they got in, just like it'd be like 2-3 ingredients in it. You get that butter, you can eat that. There are people who are on keto diets who put butter on everything that they have, and they are the most fit, in shape, and healthy people they have. So what are you talking about, bro?
I feel like
my wife even talks about red meat. There are people who do nothing but red meat diets. Red meat diets. They don't have no problems with heart problems. They ain't got no problems with nothing else, and they are fit and healthy and in shape, bro. It's about what you are doing, how you are eating it, how much you are eating it, the type of exercises and things that you are doing throughout the day to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
I don't think depriving yourself of something that you like is even healthy for you, for your mind anyway.
I mean, it probably is.
It's not, because you got to think about it. When you trying to not eat certain stuff not because you don't like it, but because you trying to eat a certain way, you just miss. Like, I'll give you an example. Andre 3000, he said he was a vegan. He said he stopped being a vegan because he was angry, because he wasn't eating what he wanted to eat, or he wasn't eating the stuff that he liked, and it made him angry. So he stopped being a vegan. A lot of people do stuff because it's a trend, it's trending. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people want to be vegan. And all they doing is depriving themselves. Like, I'm not vegan. I don't eat beef and pork because that's my choice. It had nothing to do with it. Was when I first started doing it, it was a health issue. It was for health reasons. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be healthier. I was trying to slim down and cut up. That was my reason to stop doing it. My choice of meat was chicken and turkey. really chicken and salmon. You know what I'm saying? It was my choice of meat to eat, but it wasn't because it was trending or because everybody was doing it. It was because I started working out heavy and I was trying to get the results that I wanted. And I know, like, when you eat a lot of beef, your body take a longer time to digest beef. I wanted food that digests quick, so because I learned that you supposed to have a bowel movement every time after each meal, and we usually don't do that. That's a healthy bowel movement, but we have to each meal. So I was trying to make sure I had the certain amount of bowel movement each day to make sure my body stay clean and getting rid of all the food and the toxins that come from the food out of my body. That's why I started doing it, and when I started doing it, I liked the way I felt not eating it, and that's why I continued to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I see people do stuff because it's trending, and they depriving themselves because they like it and they want it, but they not doing it, so they doing other stuff and they depriving themselves. So you can see the change in their attitude, the change in who they are because they want it, but they just making themselves not eat it. Then eventually they gonna go back to eating it anyway.
I mean, yeah, true. I mean, I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think veganism has become more of a fad. A lot of ketos
That's all it is.
I mean, they all be fads for some of the wrong reasons. But you know, I mean, yeah.
You can't talk to me. You can't talk to me about being vegan and you smoke weed. All the chemical, like if you a vegan because you with the PETA, you don't like what they do to animals. I respect that more than you being vegan because it's trending. You know what I'm saying? Some people vegan because they don't want to use no animal product. They don't use no animal product, period. Not in their soap, not in nothing they use. Can't have no animal product in there. I respect them because they reasons because of what's going on with the animals and how they slaughtering the animals and stuff. I respect that more than people being vegan because it's trending. Oh,
yeah, there'd be a lot of them cats that be pro-abortion though, so that don't even make sense.
They do, but I'm just saying I respect why they don't eat meat. I ain't say I respect everything they do. I said I respect why they don't eat meat.
I would think that if you value life in that aspect, you should value all life then, regardless of where it is and what it is. But that's just me. So because you can't do that, I can't respect it at all, period. Because I think you're just a hypocrite. That's all. But that's just me. I mean, I know you don't. I do. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But it just like stuff be trending. I think like social media, the trendings and stuff that's trending in social media, like we said earlier before we got on here, I think that caused to a certain extent it caused a lot of issues in each community though with social media because that's what everybody go for validation nowadays. That's what people go to see it. You know what I mean? They feel like they validate when they get a certain amount of likes or certain amount of views.
Yeah. People, but that's because social media has made it easy for people to become successful and make a living off of that. So yeah, everybody's always going to be searching for the clicks, trying to get the views, trying to get all of that stuff. And there are a lot of people who are influenced about what they see on social media because let's just face it, America has becoming more and more brain dead as the years go on because people become more followers than they actually try to be leaders. And that's just the truth of the whole thing. Nobody really wants to lead and just be out there. Everybody want to just follow whatever trends. That's what TikTok is based on. That very same thing is that people follow what somebody else did and just recopy what they did. You know what I'm saying? And it just don't make sense. Nobody comes up with anything original these days.
I like TikTok because it's fun. It ain't like Instagram and Facebook where it's all that people trying to be something that they not, trying to pretend to be that they got all this and got doing all that. I like TikTok because it's fun. It's just fun to me. Like it's more fun. It's more like people just having fun. You see like good relationships where they doing like I know we couldn't do the pranking in my relationship. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
But they prank and it's just fun to me. Like I actually like that platform.
Most of them pranks either be staged anyway, so you know, like set up and all that stuff. It's all for entertainment purposes and things like that.
Yeah, I feel like people actually showing some of their talent and showing and being able to entertain people. You know,
I mean, there's some people that are very talented in TikTok, but I'm not talking about the people that's talented. I'm talking about how the system is set up that everybody is now more so followers than they are leaders. Like you got the people the people that are talented that come up with the content, and then you got the people that just copy their content. Then you have the point where you have the people that copy the content end up becoming more famous and more viral than the person that actually originated the content. You know what I'm saying? So you have that issue that you got to run into, and that's an issue that happens to a lot of Black TikTokers anyway, because the ones that I be following be more talking about black stuff and issues and things like that, or issues that they have with TikTok. As far as I've seen a bunch of people who've been like original creators of dance moves and how they originated it, but they seeing somebody else getting put on like primetime TV to do the dance move, and they
ain't even doing it right.
I mean, yeah, in the unseasoned way and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, so, and that's all I'm saying is that you just got, social media has bred a bunch of trolls and followers. I just seen an article where Holly Berry was talking about how sometimes she just want to smack the trolls because people just want to be so negative and so mean on social media. It's like people could just be minding their own business. Like you can have your dog and show it off, and then somebody just got to be on there talking about how your dog is ugly and it's going to die tomorrow. It's like, for what, bro? Like, what did I do to you to make you so mad that you want to talk about?
Rumor has it you one of the biggest trolls.
I am a troll, but I don't troll like that.
Who do you? I ain't gonna even say because they might see it. You talking about yourself?
No, because I don't do that to famous people or celebrities. Only people that I troll is people who say dumb stuff, and they already doing like I said, like the people that be into Kevin Samuels. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anytime I see them, if I feel like talking, engaging with them, I'm gonna troll because their views and stuff that they say is just way out there and just stupid when it comes to black women and things like that. When it comes to women in general, because they live in this fantasy world where what they talking about ain't even real in the first place. Right. They want to promote it as if that's a real thing that's going on, and not realizing that the logic behind that and the consequences that will follow from listening to that man is beyond stupid. But yeah, I troll people like that. I troll people who always want to talk about the Bible and what it has and stuff like that. And I know that they really themselves haven't studied the stuff or really looked into it. So the stuff that they saying be false and everything like that. So I'll troll people like that, man. I don't get on there and just troll people just because I just don't like you.
You know, it's even more crazy that people actually listening to trolls nowadays.
Yeah,
they actually changing stuff about themselves because of what trolls said. They actually really being insecure off of what somebody that you'll never meet a day in your life. Probably, you know what I'm saying? When you do meet, they're gonna have a different attitude towards you.
And that's a good point, because that'll take us right into the Serena Williams and her bleaching her skin and stuff like that. Because it came out the other weekend, and the only reason why I know about it is because once again, my wife she put me onto it because she was arguing.
I heard it was makeup and she was doing the test. That's what I heard.
I mean, it could have been. Who knows what it was, bro? The issue is that if it wasn't she bleached her skin, the reason why she had did it is because of trolls and people always talking about how dark she is and how unattractive she is and stuff like that. That's when it comes to a lot of dark-skinned women that's in celebrity status, they always face that issue, because if you really look at it, most of the light-skinned women are the ones that everybody wants to promote as being the most beautiful, or where they want to prop them up in movies and things like that. And people used to talk about Serena Williams and how she looked and everything like that. Now, I think that the main thing is that people tend to not, dudes anyway, some of these gay dudes out here tend to not like women that are built to a certain degree where they look like, I can say, Amazonians, like Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they thighs look like they'll just crush your skull and stuff like that. They don't like that, so they tend to talk about them and talk about how manly they are and blah blah blah. They call Megan Thee Stallion a man. They be talking about Michelle Obama's a man and all of that stuff. And it'd be amazing when I hear these dudes talk about it, because it's like, y'all got to be gay, bro, because you can clearly tell that these are women, and the fact that y'all want to talk about them as if they're men, that means that y'all must be attracted to men, but y'all attracted to them. So y'all trying to do something to make it seem like y'all don't want people to know what y'all really about and stuff like that.
But this is the thing that I don't understand. Like if it was makeup and she was just playing around with it, okay, I get that. But if she really bleached her skin, like why would you even? How could you let somebody get to you that much to make you want to change your skin tone? And I understand that she go through a lot being a black woman in tennis and pretty much a white sport. You know what I mean? So she do go through a lot of stuff and a lot of hate. You know what I mean? But I don't think like I looked at her as an inspiration to a lot of young black girls. That's her complexion, that's athletic built. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they look at her as an inspiration too. And then when they see her kind of folding under the pressure and bleach her skin because of what people were saying, that's gonna make them girls want to do the same thing when they looked up to her, because she was one of the girls that was proud to be who she was. You know what I mean? She always stood on that. I
100% agree with you, bro. I mean, it's sad to see that, but it's like the nuance of the whole thing, what we're skipping over, is that the influence of society is very strong. It's very strong in a lot of folks. That's why you have a lot of young kids who commit suicide because of how people are treating them around them. You know what I'm saying? You got more people that are treating them, and you have less people. You know, that's why actually you got the vocal minority, and those are the ones who are always doing the most. You know what I'm saying? They always the loudest people speaking. So you got the vocal minority who always talking about, like say, they talking about Serena Williams. They always going over there. They will post after post after post, just keep on talking, keep on saying negative. And then you have those who are indifferent, and then you got those that will fight with you or fight for you and stuff like that. But it'd be so far and few between that nobody really wants to spend their time arguing with somebody on the internet over something that's not really them and stuff like that. So what you do is you get your stuff flooded with all this negativity. You know what I'm saying? It's just like kids who get bullied. They get bullied by so many people, but nobody really stands up to aid them, that they feel like they don't have anybody else in the world. So they either gonna have to kill themselves or change in a certain way to make everybody happy that they don't pick on them so much. That's all. I mean, because you don't know how stuff affects people mentally. You don't.
And I know Serena Williams was like one of the few women I know that was a strong woman, because she had went through a lot as far as being a black woman in tennis, like I said. And I don't know, it's just like, turn your comments off. You ain't got to worry about shit. If you want to post a picture for your fan, turn the comments off. If that's the reason why, if she bleached her skin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even let these people get to you like that. It shouldn't even matter what they think. Which I really don't believe that that's why she did it. Like, nobody know if that's what she did. It could have been makeup. We don't know until she come out and say, you know what I mean? And in my personal opinion, she look way better dark skinned than the light anyway.
I mean, she looks 10 times better dark skinned than she did like. But
in my personal opinion,
society don't look at it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say. There's plenty of dark skinned women that are absolutely beautiful. They're gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Dudes will act like they the ugliest thing on earth, and it's like, I know you got to be capping, bro, because ain't no way you think some of these chicks are just ugly because they dark skinned. But it's a weird thing, you know what I'm saying, in our community, in our society, that they would do that to. And let me ask you this: if you watch movies, certain movies, and look around and see who's all in the movies, and most of the time you'll notice that in certain movies, in certain scenarios, you'll never ever see a black woman, period, show up at all, period. Like in some of them like scary movies, you'll always have the one black dude who's dating like some white chick that's in there, and then you have a whole bunch of other white people in there, but you'll never see a black woman show up in none of these movies.
That's what School Days was. If you really pay attention to School Days, Spike Lee School Days, it was light skin versus the dark skin.
Yeah.
Pretty much the light,
But no, this is not. I'm not talking about this. It's light skin versus dark skin. I'm talking about this is just about how black women are kind of like excommunicated out of a lot of things, in period. Not because they're dark or light, just because they're black women, period.
That's what I mean. That's what I thought. That's what I got out of it. It was more how the white people treat black people, darker skinned black people. Anyway, they get treated a little worse than the lighter skin.
I mean, that's the truth. And even within our community, we do the same thing when it comes to light skinned and dark skinned people and stuff like that. To where but it's weird because we'll treat dark skinned women as if they're the less than, and the lighter skinned women are like the golden goose. But then on the flip side, we act like light skinned men are like the weakest of the bunch, and they like girly and everything, and it'd be the dark skinned men that be like the alpha males and stuff like that. It's like the weirdest dynamic within our old group, and I can say that might be a product of slavery, in a sense, to where if you are a lighter skinned man, you're considered mixed with white people, so therefore you're weaker, and if you are a lighter skinned woman, you're considered mixed with white people, and therefore you are more desirable. But if that's the case, that is like the saddest thing I can ever hear from black people, to have that type of mentality, period. Because it shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? We should all be coming together, and it should never be a light skin versus dark skin or any type of stereotype, because not everybody fits that same mold that everybody always be trying to put them all into.
That go back to what I said in the previous episode, is we look for approval from them. And if she dyed her skin or bleached her skin, that's another example of us looking for approval from them.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
what I'm saying. Like, and that when is we gonna stop looking for their approval? Like,
in the celebrity standpoint, it's definitely that, because Hollywood probably definitely treats celebrities differently based on their skin. Like if you look at Halle Berry is a mixed woman, so you know she got all those accolades being of a mixed race woman and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of hard, but then it's like it's hard to even say that because you know you got Angela Bassett, who's definitely a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Right. And she still made the success that she did, and there's plenty of black women who are dark skinned who made the success that they have and stuff like that. So it's a catch-22, but I do think that Hollywood, in a way it is, they do play a role in adding to when you become a celebrity that inferiority complex that people may have.
Do you feel like it's a token black person that be on top of the game? You know, each generation, like so. Right now, as far as comedy is Kevin Hart, but he kind of dying out now. He kind of fizzling out. Before Kevin Hart, well, I guess Dave Chappelle. Well, he make his own rules though, but it was Dave Chappelle at one point. Then when he left, then it became Cat Williams. Then it was Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Before that,
I mean, it's just that in celebrities go in seasons, bro. Everybody gonna fade off because once you get a new generation of people that come up that ain't really grew up with you, that might not find what your jokes are, what you think, what your music is, or anything, they might not vibe with it. That's the same thing when it comes to rappers. You know, you have rappers that are hot at the moment, and as time goes on, you get the newer generation that comes in that become hot, and the newer kids listen to them. And as time goes on, you know what I'm saying? You have very few people that have actual staying power within a celebrity atmosphere, as you may call it. Period. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's anything as such as who's. It's just like who's on top at the moment. That's it. That's all it is. Who's on top at the moment, and eventually they're gonna fade off, and somebody new is gonna take their place. That's all. That's why you're saying Kevin Hart is fizzling out. You know, Kevin Hart's still making movies. He's still doing stuff.
He is.
But he fizzling out because people either getting oversaturated with him. Yeah. And at that point, they're gonna be looking for the next new Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? The next new Dave Chappelle and stuff like that.
But it's plenty of different flavors that can do the roles. Like it's plenty of different people that can do certain roles, but they don't never get the opportunity. Like everybody don't get the opportunity to be like, as far as like the actors, like every black person don't get the opportunity to be that big mega star, box office star. Like it's like one at a time. You know what I mean? It's not like you get a plethora of them at one time. It's just like one at a time.
Oh, you saying why is it that basically that we don't have like multiple black hours at the top in like in movies and stuff like that? Yeah. But they only allow one at one time to do it and stuff like that.
That's what it seemed like.
Is that really the truth though, man?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it seemed like that. It might not be.
You had Denzel, Wesley Snipes, Halle Berry, Angela Bassett. You had plenty of black actors who was at the top at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get what are you really saying? Like at the top?
It just seemed like.
Or you talking about within the same genre, like it's
like get the box office hits, like get it like Denzel usually do. Like he do certain roles. Like he would turn down a role if it's against what his morals are, you know what I'm saying? But he still gets certain roles. Like Will Smith, like when it's a certain type of role, they definitely gonna go get Will Smith to do it. Off top, if he turn it down, then they go to the next one. Then they go to the next one. But it's like at one point, like in the 90s, it was Will, Denzel, Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was probably him and Denzel was in the 80s, but Denzel kept going. Wesley Snipes fizzled out like in the early 90s. That's when he started, you know, he started. Whatever it was, he started fizzling out. But it's mainly the main three guys been Denzel, Sam Jackson, and Will Smith. Then now is Michael B. Jordan. Then you had Chadwick Boseman. You know, it's like different. You know what I mean?
I mean, they were the new up and comings. It's like it's the same thing with white actors. You know what I'm saying? You had Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Clint Eastwood. You know, you had all of them at one point in time being the mega action stars. And then you know when they started fading out, you had the Vin Diesel, The Rock, all of them come in to replace.
Rock is black.
I mean, I'm saying as far as action stars and stuff like that. Not to mention of them being or white or black, but just saying that what I'm saying is you got an old generation of people that get phased out by the new generation. It always happens and everything. So yeah, when you have all of them, and then next thing you know, you got Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman, and whoever else is going to be showing up. Whatchamacallit? Who else has been in a lot of stuff lately?
Get Out. The guy from Get Out.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Get
him.
Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him. And then you also got the dude that played. I just had his name in thing. He I think he African or something. He was if you ever seen the not Daredevil, but Luke Cage movie, the show, the black dude in there, he gonna be playing the new Black Panther. Not Black Panther,
Right.
but he gonna be playing the new Blade. He gonna be in Blade. I forget what his name is. But
I know you're talking about though.
he's
Yeah.
starting to come up and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a lot of people. You know, you got Idris Elba and stuff like that. They all starting to come up. But then it's like eventually they're gonna fade out, and then you got a new group and all of that stuff. But like I said, it's hard to say that they only do them one at a time because they really not. And I'm gonna give Hollywood some credit though. If you notice and pay attention to a lot more shows and a lot more movies now, they are starting to incorporate more darker skinned people in them. They're trying to allow more Negroid features to be present within movies. You know, they give women more of their natural hairstyles. Like they are trying to cater to the African American audience and adding more and more diversity in a lot of stuff. You know, it can still use some work with a lot of things, but I mean, they are starting to do that. So it's like you can't really say they do it one at a time and everything like that. Now, if you want to just go with specific genres, as far as like comedy goes, they always only, if you want to say, they only always allow only one comedian to be at the top of their game at a time, which that could be true or could.
They don't even be funny though. It don't even be a funny like Kevin Hart funny in movies to me, but his stand up, his first, I would say his first two was they was funny, but
Yeah,
after
the
that
first two
it
are funny.
just
Yeah. The rest of them aren't that funny.
yeah,
No.
after that it just was like, what is this? You know what I'm
But I
saying?
mean, that could be a difference of me and your maturity level when it comes to what we find funny years later after we seen his first jokes. You know what I'm saying? Because we were younger when we had his first comedy session. So the stuff he said there might have been funny to us. You know what I'm saying? And as we got older, it might not. You know, we've seen enough Kevin Hart to where we could just see if it's gonna be funny or not. You know what I'm saying? Like we've heard maybe his funniest stuff that we thought was funny, and so now it's like, okay, his stuff isn't that funny, but somebody might still find it funny. You know, other people may find it funny just because we don't. Comedy is suggested. So just because we don't find it funny, don't mean somebody else won't find it funny. Even comedians believe the same thing. You know, they'll tell a joke to 10 people. You know what I'm saying? 5 of the people may find the joke absolutely hilarious. 5 of them may not. 7 people out of it may find it hilarious. 7 people may not find it hilarious. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the individual what you find funny and what not. So it's like we can't really say that Kevin Hart's not funny anymore. No, he's not funny to me and you, but he may be funny to other people. You know. So
I'm not saying he ain't funny because I like him better in movies. I like his I just don't like his stand up. I
I
like him
mean,
better in movies.
his movies are okay because he plays kind of the same type of role
You
in
know?
all his movies. And for me personally, I when it comes to me watching movies and actors, I don't want to see them play the same type of role every time. Like I want to see them
I want to see the
do something different.
versatility.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my favorite actors out here would be Johnny Depp and Brad Pitt because I've seen them play a myriad of characters in a myriad of roles and did good jobs. And they are the ones that I like the most when it comes to movies. Oh, and Ed Norton. I like Ed Norton too.
I'm a fan of comedy, so if I
I
had
mean, I
to
like
say,
comedy, but if I do comedy, it's Will Ferrell, bro.
yeah, that's my guy. I was about to say that's my guy. He
Yeah, Will
funny.
Ferrell would be he just because his silliness is just what I just like. Even though you can say Will Ferrell played the same type of character all the time, but that same character is so dumb and so retarded that you ain't got no choice but to laugh at him.
Since we on acting, let's get to the bottom of this. I see this trending on social media a lot. Who a better actor, Will Smith or Denzel Washington? And I'm gonna start Denzel Washington easy, simply because you believe Denzel that person when he playing that role. Like I actually thought when I was a kid, I actually thought Denzel was Malcolm X. I forgot that Malcolm Little was Malcolm X. I thinking Denzel Washington because he did that role so good. I thought Denzel was him more Malcolm X than Malcolm X. That's how good he was and how believable he make those roles be. That's why I got to give it to Denzel when he played that. When he played that snake a dirty cop, I actually thought he was a dirty cop. Like he made you believe that's who it is. You forget that you watching him play, act out a person, a real live person. You think that's actually him. You don't even, we can, and another thing is you can see him in interviews. You cannot pick up on what Denzel Washington's personality is. Like Will Smith, you know his personality because he shows it a lot in his interviews. He pretty much had the same personality in all his movies. But Denzel Washington's personality changed in his movies, man. That's what makes him a better actor, in my opinion.
I mean, I agree with you, bro. I mean, look, if it's me, what you said would be spot on in the fact that Denzel is more believable in his roles than Will Smith. Like Will Smith, in some of his roles, you can tell he's acting. But Denzel, you feel like he actually believes he's that character and he's gotten into the shoes of that character. You know what I'm saying? So even though I would say that Will Smith is more versatile in the roles that he chooses to play as. So he has more of a variety of things. If Will Smith could land actually being his character, he would probably be one of the best actors out there because he also goes into a lot of versatile roles. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I don't put him like I said with Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp and all of that stuff is because when they play their roles, they are believable in those roles. Like you feel like they have become these people in those roles. You know what I'm saying? And if Will Smith
would do that, another one.
Robert De Niro too.
Robert De Niro, Robert De Niro probably my top favorite actor is Robert De Niro. I done seen him do comedy roles.
I done seen him do it all. Even though in his comedy roles he still played the hard-nosed Italian type of dude. Like he could be a mobster if he wanted to, but he's just funny. You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely go Robert De Niro and Al Pacino because both of them are really good actors when they get into their roles and stuff like that. Yeah, I would definitely go to them. But yeah, as far as Denzel would probably be the better as far as in being more versatile. The only thing I don't like about Denzel is that Denzel basically plays himself in every movie.
I don't believe that because you can't tell me that you know Denzel's personality.
No, you can't tell me. Not knowing his personality versus him playing, I would say that the roles that he plays is probably akin to more so his personality and his moral background that he believes in for himself, because he always plays the good cop who's smart, witty, and able to solve problems that everybody has and things like that. And that's why the one role where he didn't, which was Training Day, he was able to get the Oscar because he played something that was so outside of who he was. He had to play a bad cop in order to get an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way they say about Halle Berry. Halle Berry had to show her titties and be banged out by some skinny white dude in order for her to win the Oscar. You know what I'm saying? It's like black people have to play less than themselves in order to get recognized and stuff like that. Like my wife was trying to tell me how Will Smith won an Oscar. I told her Will Smith has not won an Oscar. He hasn't won an Oscar. He's played roles
he should have, though.
The Pursuit of Happiness.
I was about to say he should have.
He's played plenty of roles, and he has yet to win an Oscar. And like I said, but I think the reason why is because even though he is versatile in the roles he chooses, he's not believable in those roles when he plays them. That's all.
You know who else I think is a dope? I think Jamie Foxx is a dope actor, man. He is so much.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx.
He killed that Ray Charles. He killed that, man.
Jamie Foxx is a dope actor. He is a good actor. Yeah, he'd be another one. I'll put him up there with Brad Pitt and stuff like that because I do like Jamie Foxx. I do like his roles, and I do think he definitely gets in there and he plays some pretty good stuff.
To the T, man. Like you really believe that he that person too. Like he can do that. It's like you said, Denzel. He always played Denzel. I don't think so. I really think he really get into that character because you can't tell me.
If you look at all of Denzel's movies, Denzel is always playing the righteous fellow.
That's Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson's not always playing the righteous fellow.
Man, Samuel L. Jackson got that same cocky, arrogant attitude. His whole attitude, personality is the same in every movie.
No, it's not. Samuel Jackson, he does not playing the righteous fellow, or in Sam Jackson's case, he more so plays I say the chaotic dude, the chaotic person.
The loudmouth.
Yes. He's not. It's not that he's loudmouth, but he's very chaotic in the characters that he is. Because they become the most unpredictable people that do things that you would not think that he would do. You know, like I think was it in A Time to Kill? Was that him? What was the movie he was in?
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah.
Or he be the same person in all the movies.
No, because he's not the same person. Because
even in Coach Carter, he had that same personality.
I mean, he was in Star Wars. You know, he was Mace Windu. You know, he was a philosopher like type of a Jedi, but he was also supposed to be like a badass Jedi in there. So I can't say he plays the same type. And he was calm and collected in that one. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't loud and yelling and stuff like that. So you know, you got the Negotiator. You know what I'm saying? When he was
what I'm saying is when he played those roles,
Nick Fury in the Marvel movies and stuff.
He played them roles. You know that Samuel L. Jackson. Who
was he? I can't remember his character, but he was in Pulp Fiction. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying, when he played those roles, you know that Samuel L. Jackson. You don't think, oh, this is whatever role he played in Pulp Fiction, or this is Coach Carter. You know that Samuel Jackson. With Denzel Washington, you forget that's Denzel Washington, to me. And Al Pacino sometimes, like, when he played on, everybody always says when he played Al Pacino, but no, to me, in Any Given Sunday, when he played that coach, like, you really thought he was a coach, the way he spoke, the way he moved. Like, you really thought he was that coach on Any Given Sunday. Like, I feel like when you believe that person is that person that they playing, that's when they get it. That's when they got it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe that that's that person, they don't got it to me.
So you don't believe that Samuel L. Jackson's in any of the people that he's ever been in?
I believe he's Samuel L. Jackson in every movie he playing.
Why do you believe he's Samuel L. Jackson?
I don't know. I just do. I just don't get into his character like that. Like I would get into Denzel and believe Denzel was that person, or Al Pacino, or Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You really believe that person.
Have you ever seen A Time to Kill? It was A Time to Kill.
I saw it, but it was a long time ago.
When he killed the dudes, and he said, you know, I hope he said, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Yeah, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, so you don't believe that you just believe he was just Samuel L. Jackson in that role too?
I liked him in Lakeview Terrace. He kind of.
What about Negotiator also? The Negotiator also, he was pretty good in The Negotiator. So you know what I'm saying? He was pretty good.
That's just me, man. I don't think I know nothing against him.
No, I think what it is you have a stereotypical bias of Samuel L. Jackson that makes you.
I don't. I do not. No, I don't. I
just named 3 movies: Time to Kill, The Negotiator, and Star Wars. You would not think that he was just Samuel L. Jackson, period, because he didn't. In those movies, he wasn't being Samuel L. Jackson of what you know, the snakes on the plane.
I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them movies out. I'm gonna watch them, and I'm really, because I had this argument with a lot of people, man. They be like, "You crazy, Samuel L." Like, not for me.
No, because you know what I'm saying. You ain't really watching none of these movies, bro. You gotta.
I have, but I'm gonna watch them again. I gotta watch it over,
movies, man.
But we're going to end it on that note, man, because like I said, we both got other stuff going on, and we definitely wanted to touch bases with y'all and hear our opinion on what's going on and give our opinion. You know what I mean? This is African. And make sure y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think.
Wait a minute. Okay, so what about the Django?
He did good in that. He did good in that one. I give you that one. He did that. In that. I give you that.
I'm looking at all of them. Pulp Fiction, he was good. You really didn't think he was going to say that?
He did that in Django. But that's just my opinion, man. Like, it ain't,
What about Unbreakable?
I never saw that.
With Bruce Willis and stuff, you should watch. You need to see Unbreakable. I've seen that one too. He was pretty good in that. Everybody has seen Coach Carter. I don't remember him in Jackie Brown, but apparently he was in it.
Yeah. But like I said, because we wanted to touch bases with y'all.
I'm telling you, should watch A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill is definitely a good one for him.
I saw it, but I gotta watch it again because it's been a while. Snakes on a Plane. It's been a while.
The Negotiator. What about Incredibles? What about Incredibles? Frozone.
I saw that, but it's like I said, it's been a while. I can't remember exactly, but it's been a while.
Black Snake Moan was a pretty good one. He was in too. He was also in The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
He's been in some movies, bro.
I'm going to have to check him out because, like I said, it's been a while with some of those movies that I saw him, so I got to go back and look at them.
Yeah, he's been in a couple of the Die Hard movies, too.
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at him. I like Bruce Willis too, though. I liked him too.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is a good one too. He's a good actor also.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I like the Tom Hanks, but he seemed like he played the same role to me too. Tom Hanks a lot, man. He always the hero for some reason to me.
He is always the hero, but Tom Hanks came up a lot from just doing like comedy type music to being more serious in his stuff. But I guess I'm not a really Tom Hanks fan because I've seen a lot of his movies, but I don't really consider him like he'd be the top tier of ever actor. You know what I'm saying? He good, he all right. You know, but the ones that I named, they are my top tier. Like I would definitely probably go see their movies if I can. You know, so or any movies that I've seen them in, I'll watch several times just because I like the way they are in those movies.
So with that being said, man, get in the comment section. I want y'all to tell us who is better, Will or help us with that argument, Will or Denzel. We both agree on Denzel, but I want to hear what y'all opinion is on that. Who y'all think y'all top actors is, or y'all top actors? You know what I mean? Make sure y'all put that in the comment section.
Your top actors can be white or black. It ain't top black actors.
Right.
It can be anybody. It can be a female, male, whatever. You know.
Yeah, right. So make sure y'all put that in the comment section. This is African Ant.
It's a Black Son.
And this is Sons of Africa podcast. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more episodes to come. And we're gonna change it up a little bit, but we working. We getting better with time, like wine. And I'm fine like wine. I get better with time. I age like wine, rather. I say that I age like wine.
You age like wine.
Unfortunately, my brother aged like bananas.
Okay, that's right. All right, that's cool. That's cool.
It's like bananas.
That's not what your wife texted me.
You can stop that.
She said, I didn't know there was a Thomas brother. That's fine.
No, that's a lie. She didn't tell you who the best. Anyway, I'm signing off on that note.
Yeah.
It's Sons of Africa podcast, and we out.
Yep.